Drinking buddies. We got to figure out what's the deal with Storytime Distillery and if their whiskeys are something that you should run out and buy. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So I don't know much about Storytime. I know they're sourcing and doing some blending and some stuff like that. First up, we have somewhere in here. I decided to do it blind. Drill Sergeant Dunny's Private Reserve 7-year, 21% rye mash bill bourbon from MGP, 118.7 proof. And since it was about 7 years old and it was about 120 proof, I thought it'd be fun to compare that one to Booker's. So we got a Booker's in here. This is the Bardstown batch from 2021. It's 2021-03. It is 125.5 proof and it's 6 years, 5 months. Then we have this one called Old Louisville Slugger. And it's from Storytime. It's 10-year-old MGP, 36% rye, 113 proof. And since it's Louisville Slugger, I thought we should throw something in there from Louisville. So this is an Old Forester pick, and it's 129.7 proof. And so, yeah, all we can really do is dive in, see how they compare blind. And I like this nose right off the bat. Very fruity, very bright nose. Not much oak. It's more like citrus, honey, brown sugar, bright nose and fruity. Little floral, touch of floral. Oh, that is really good. That is really good. It's like the fruity thing is almost like a bubble gum. A little raspberry in there too. Brown sugar definitely that I got on the nose really comes through on the palate. That has got a nice long finish. Almost no burn. I'd guess it's about 100 proof. That's really good. Good place to start. This one's very medicinal on the nose. Cough syrup type vibes on the nose. But also fruity, a little darker than the first one. A little darker than the first one. Where we have like a little bit of dankness, a little bit of oak, a little bit of wetness, wet basement, wet tree stump type vibes. Wow. I like that too. That's cherry, that's cinnamon and vanilla. That one's oakier than the first one. Man, I don't know which one I like more. Those first two we're starting off with bangers. And I don't have any idea what either is, which is kind of fun. I kind of prefer it that way, to be honest. This has got similar thing to Glass 2 where we had a little bit of that funky medicinal thing on the nose. This one's also a little bit got a little bit of those like old books, leather shoes type vibes, older notes on the nose. Little oaky girl. That's got a wonderful mouthfeel on it. Nice thick viscosity. That drinks like syrup in the best way. I think that's a little hotter than the first two glasses. I think there's a little bit of nuts here. Maybe that could be. Maybe I put the idea in my head because I haven't tasted peanuts yet. But I think that could be the Booker's. I'm just being honest. I'm not here to do bottle guessing. I'm not trying to look cool or anything like that. I got to be honest with you if I notice something. Oh yeah, and this here, this is a great nose. This one's got kind of a little bit of what you got off of glasses 2 and 3 combined, where you have some of that like dankness, some of that older notes, like the leather shoes, the old books. But then it's also bright and fruity. Really complex. Now that has got a really great mouthfeel too. And I think that one's a little nutty too. So I'm glad I don't know which is which, because that one's a little nutty, but it's also cherry. It's also like a medicinal cherry. Perhaps a little banana on here. Maybe pear. Some sort of fruity thing I don't normally get off of a ton of whiskeys. Well, I'm gonna go back through these, and then I'll tell you which is my favorite, and then we'll rank them, and I'll tell you if you should run out and buy Storyteller. Because if it's better than these two, it's probably a buy. This is kind of a tough one because I really like all four whiskeys. But nothing is jumping out at me as being dramatically better than the rest. So I guess before I reveal this, I would probably say if these are cheaper than Booker's, they're probably a buy. But if they're more expensive than Booker's, they might be a pass for me, because if they can't knock the Booker's out of the park, they probably need to be cheaper than the Booker's. And the Booker's is in here somewhere, and I'm rambling at this point. This one's my least favorite. So these three I'm kind of like back and forth on. We have one more sip of each. I'm going to do this live just to finally decide which one I like the most. Three, two, one. So I'm putting them in reverse order. So my least favorite was, and it's like I said, there's nothing bad up here. They're all really good whiskeys, but my least favorite was the Old Forester. Interesting. I wonder if the proof affected that, because this is 113, this is 118, this is 125, and this is 129. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. So proof shouldn't have had much to do with it. My third favorite was the Booker's. My second favorite was the Louisville Slugger was my second favorite, Old Louisville Slugger. And my favorite was the Drill Sergeant Dennings. Interesting. 7-year, 21% MGP, or 20% rye, 21% rye MGP bourbon, 118.7 proof. I liked the brightness of that. I liked the citrus aspects going on here. I liked the fruitiness of it. I liked the floralness of it. And so that for me made it a little bit more special than the rest. This one was also very good. And I would say, like I said, if these are priced around Booker's range, they were slightly better than the Booker's. So if they're right around $100, I think they're a buy. If they're much more than that, they're probably a pass for me. But yeah, under $100, they're a buy. I have no idea the pricing. I'm going to put it right here and right here. So this will be the Old Louisville Slugger, and this will be the Drill Sergeant Dennings. And take that with you. Take that price point with a grain of salt, unless they're cheaper than Booker's, in which case I would say that both are probably a buy. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really love this type of content. I make the type of content that I would want to watch. I like figuring out if something is better than other things. The only way to figure out if something is better than other things is to do it blind. If you don't do it blind, all those biases and all of that crap will get in the way. And so that's why I like to do blind so much. Thank you so much for watching. I couldn't do this without you. Every time you guys like the videos, every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you make this thing possible. Cheers. We'll see you on the next one.
I'm your drinking buddy.